go. Hello. We are live.
We're live.
So sorry we're late. We were chit-chatting. Yes, how was everyone doing? Anything else, anything interesting happened in the last 24 hours since we haven't seen each other?
Hey, Mika.
Mika, what's good, girl?
Nothing interesting for me, except I was telling Tina that I'm waiting for the handyman
Yes.
to call and tell me when he's going to come tonight. I almost also feel like he could just show up at my door.
He could, yeah.
This has happened before.
Yeah.
When the last time I had a problem with my shower, it was dripping like constantly. And my landlord was like, well, he'll call you and set it up. Or it wasn't the same guy. It was the plumber. Might be the same guy.
Yeah.
I don't know. He never called me. He just came by on a Saturday morning, and I wasn't here, of course. I was at the antiques market.
Yes.
I always am on the first Saturday of the month in the morning.
Of course, yeah.
And he wrote to the landlord and was like, well, I went by and she wasn't there, so I can't fix her thing. And then the landlord got mad at me, and I was like, he never told me he was coming.
Yeah.
If he told me he was going to come, I would have stayed home.
Yeah. Exactly.
The water bill's off the chart. I would have stayed home so we could fix the leak.
Yeah. Yeah. It's so ridiculous the way, our electric company, I'm not going to say the name, but the electric company we have is, they're on it. There's an app, and, if there's an outage, they're here's the exact second it went out, and then they'll put a update on when it's going to come on there, and it comes on typically around that time. They'll come up in the middle of the night and, climb up a pole and fix a transformer. They are good at their job. The people who give us Wi-Fi are literal garbage. They are horrid. They're we're hello, are things out? They're is anyone else's out? There's no one else in the area that's out. Turns out half the people in our holler, Wi-Fi is not working. And they can't sense that. They don't have an ability to tell. The internet, the electric company can, but they can't. So they're we'll give you an appointment for this Wednesday. And it's Sunday or Saturday or whatever. My mom has to work. This is ridiculous, okay? So they're we can't do anything about it. Sorry. We'll try to put in a little rush thing. Might happen, might not. I call back to be hey, y'all better hurry the hell up. I need Wi-Fi. You know what I mean? I'm going to be a little mad at them, okay? So my mom's a little bit more gentle. I'm going to be a little more aggressive. Then my dad's going to be even more aggressive. You don't want my dad on the phone, okay? So I'm calling. And they're well, your appointment's actually it was for Thursday, the appointment. And your appointment's actually for Friday. I'm what? Turns out the neighbor called after we called, and they gave our appointment to the neighbor.
Oh, man.
And so everything ended up being fine. The rushed appointment went through, so we could have it. We could, have it on Monday or whatever. And these people, okay, number one, they can't find our house. Okay, I get it, we live in the middle of nowhere. But you're barely looking, first of all, okay? Second of all, they were probably not going to come by and do anything. They said, oh, we'll come up and look, or we'll come and say something. They never did. Many times where our Wi-Fi's out, they say, hey, they're going to come between this time. The Wi-Fi fixes. The Wi-Fi starts working again for some reason. And no one comes to the door. No one gives us a call. No one nothings. So these people came, fixed the Wi-Fi, and just left. And didn't say, hey, we're here. They didn't do anything. It's I guess that's good. I'm glad the Wi-Fi's fixed.
Yeah, but I'm I don't care about that. If it works, you don't you do you and just fix my Wi-Fi.
We're just sitting there waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting, and then the Wi-Fi starts working, and we're waiting stresses my dad out. He hates waiting, so he's panicking, and we're just what is going on? They are the worst. Our other neighbors apparently have a different company, so we might end up switching to them because this company friggin' sucks. I'm not gonna say the name of it because I don't know if it's only regional to our area, and I'm not don't need people knowing that information, but so I hope that guy calls you and sets up a time.
Or I hope he knocks on my door in the next 10 minutes. I would take that as well. Either way, I just hope he doesn't miss me. Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of trapped in the house until he comes because he could just not call me and just come by and then be well, I went and she wasn't there. Oh, we'll
Is
see.
your
We'll see.
I guess we'll see. Yeah, hopefully he calls soon. Lily is here. Hi, Lily.
Yay!
We're all saying hi. Wait, this comment's not popping up. There we go. Saying hi to Mika. Yes. Anything else going on with you guys? Yeah, nothing's been going on my end. I don't think so. No, yeah, not much. Anything else we've thought about the book over the last 24 hours since we last spoken?
No, I still don't know. I have no idea who the killer is.
Yeah, no, I haven't really even thought about that. I thought about the one scene, and it is a romance scene. I thought about the one scene at the end of the previous chapter, so chapter 23, where he says, I love you. I really liked that moment where does he say that? I don't know where he says it at, but he says it somewhere, and then he's like, I love you, and then so what are you gonna do about it? And then she just throws herself at him, and just like is just like, it wasn't fear filling her, it was hope flying on it. She leaped into his arms, and I just thought that was so sweet, and I just really, I don't know, I like that moment. It's very like something like that happens in a couple of her other like around this era suspenses, that is just like they're kind of together, they're kind of like engaged before the end of the book, and I feel like that's not typical for romances. They always get engaged like the last second, and we don't get to see them be engaged. So
I don't know that they're going to get engaged in this book because I think Mom is not going to let that happen.
but that would not be hopeful. No, how what adult man or what adult anyone, hopefully no one, lets their parents control their engagement?
I think a lot of people, because you're like, when you marry someone, you marry their family. And if their family actively hates you, it'd be really hard.
I guess it depends on how much you value your family's opinion on that subject or just in general.
I think it's how much you value your family. Because their opinion on that subject will ruin your life if they disagree with you, right? If they're like, you can never have the person you love in our house. And by the way, if you have children with that person, they still can never like come around because whatever. Like, who you marry is a big deal. I don't
Then
know what's
you
going to
have
happen
to,
to them.
if that person means everything to you, then you have to separate from them. Then you have to say, you know what? I'm not going to be part of my family anymore. This is my new family. My
That's
partner is
not
my
so easy to do either, I don't think, for people. It's all very hard. It's all very hard. You gotta like, it's very hard. These
I mean,
relationships.
my parents did that, and they lived across the street from my grandmother. My grandmother was like, this man's not, like, do not marry this man. Okay, he doesn't have money, and he's not mean to you, so you have to marry. You can't marry him. Okay, you gotta marry a rich, mean man. That's what I did. That's what you're gonna do. She was like, nah, I'm not doing that. And they still lived across the street from my grandmother who said that stuff. Bad relationship. Probably shouldn't have lived across the street from that woman, but
I mean, it's just not easy. Like,
no, it's
there
not.
are a lot of things you can do that suck.
Yeah.
And you get to choose your suck sometimes.
Yeah.
That's where it's hard. Is like, is it gonna suck that you like gave up somebody that you loved? Or is it gonna suck that you gave up your family that you loved? Like, I don't know which suck is worse. I don't know. I hope I never have to make this. Well, I don't have to make this decision because my family's all dead. So there's nobody to care who I marry or don't. Bright
Oh my
side.
lord. Okay. Yeah. Right side of that one. Yeah. Too many Christmas. Yeah. My family is not, like, because of my parents' decision on that, my family is very like, it doesn't matter at all. You can marry literally anyone, and I literally wouldn't care. So I don't have that in the cards, at least for me. But I think they're definitely gonna end up together, because it's like, it's a romance book. They're not gonna not end up together. It'd be so sad if they couldn't end up together.
Maybe Margaret will get killed. Maybe his mom will be the next murder.
That's literally what I was gonna say. I was like, if her mother, sadly, if his mother dies, would be perfect, because then they could live in that house, or they could live in her house, whatever. And then Faith could still be in the picture, and they could be friends with Faith. But then the mother would just be gone, because she seems like, the worst.
I mean, it would be an easy wrap up for Nora.
It would be.
She doesn't have 100 pages.
Yeah.
We can't get into this whole new plot point she just brought up.
No. Yeah. Lily has a bad migraine today, so stayed at home. Okay, well, hopefully you're feeling better. Hopefully it's not like the worst ever. Yeah. I skipped a couple comments, but I'll go back to them. Hopefully it slows down. Hopefully it's slowly. Thankfully it's slowly going away. This morning was rough. Yeah. And it is what? It's 6 p.m. over there, so yeah. Hopefully you can have like a nice.
I keep forgetting she's in Germany. Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Hopefully you can have a nice night of sleeping. Maybe some reading will make you relaxed. Dwight. I'm betting on Dwight.
Oh, all right, Mika. Mika is putting her money where her mouth is.
Dwight is my second choice. High second choice, but still a second choice, I think.
Yeah. No, I feel like it could be Dwight. I think my first choice is going to be Billy the Creep.
Okay. Yeah. Is the dad
We're all sort of off the dad. I know. We don't think it's the dad anymore. That's almost too easy.
I think the dad's number one.
Oh, you're okay.
Yeah, her dad's number one, Dwight, and then I think like number 4, I think maybe Billy the Creep's on there, but I think maybe like with Billy the Creep, that farmer guy, and then Hope's dad is there. Like they're 3 probably even across the board there with my guesses on that. Well, your number 1's Billy. Okay.
Yeah, my number 1's Billy. My number 2 is probably farmer guy.
Okay.
Hope's dad, that theory keeps growing on me only because of what the mom is doing now. Like, I think the mom knows who killed Hope.
Yeah.
And I think the mom knows that it was her husband.
Okay.
And doesn't want anyone else to know that it was her husband. And so she's trying to really pin it on Tori. Or she wants Tori out of town because she doesn't want Tori to discover that it was her husband.
Yeah. And that would also be a really good way to get the mother out of the way without killing her. Hey, you've been harboring this, child.
You really want this woman to die.
Yeah, I do. Because it would be easy.
To die.
Not die, but maybe go to prison or something like that. Get ousted out of
town.
Prison
for what? She hasn't done anything.
She might be harboring her child's rapist. Like, that's not exactly nothing.
Wait, who's harboring her child's rapist?
The mom.
Oh, Tori's mom. Oh, you want Tori's mom to go to prison?
No. I'm talking about Cade's mom. Okay, I'm thinking I have 2 dads as the potential.
Right.
Tori's dad is my number 1, and number 3 is Cade, Faith, and Hope's dad.
Right.
Now,
so why would Cade's mom go to jail?
Because she knew who it was, and she never did anything about it. Maybe she killed him, but he's a serial killer still, so he has to still be alive.
I don't think that's a crime to not turn somebody in. Right? If I know you're murdering people, you can't arrest me for not telling the cops that you were murdering people.
I would assume maybe harboring a criminal, their obstruction of justice, maybe something like that, right? I don't know. Maybe not. I don't know. But that's what I was thinking.
No, because there is the rule of law that you don't have to. You don't have to give testimony against your spouse, right? Your spouse, you have that privilege, like obstruction of justice. I don't know. Maybe I don't know. I think it's a stretch.
Okay. If you were a lawyer, you could get that person off. Do you think? Get her mom off.
I think as a lawyer, I wouldn't even bring that case.
Really?
I wouldn't prosecute that case. Yeah.
Okay. Interesting. Oh yeah, because you were a prosecutor, right?
No, I wasn't,
Oh yeah.
but I know prosecutors don't generally bring cases that, well, they didn't used to. Back in my day,
Yeah.
today things are completely different, but
Yeah.
back in my day, there was something called legal ethics.
Hmm. Interesting. I hope you feel better soon. I hope it goes away soon, Lily. Yes.
Me too.
100%. Yeah. I don't know. Is there anything else you have to say about the book before we start reading?
I will say this. I notice that she starts liking Cade more the more she's spending time with Hope. The more she's spending time like in Hope's body or having a conversation with Hope, like she didn't fall into his arms until after she was Hope bike riding.
True. And that is a
Look
little
at
weird.
how much she loves Cade and how much Hope loves Cade.
Yes. I thought it was very strange that she had this moment in Hope's body, and it seemed like maybe even a little bit in Cade's mind there.
Yeah,
And then that was the first time they ever slept together. I was like, it's a little strange, I think, or a bit
it's very
strange.
incestuous.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. I'm like, huh, okay. Well, I hope. I think she's in love with him, or she's almost in love with him, but I'm sure they could be part of it too. Yeah. Here's the thing: Nora back in the day, she'd write a little bit of incest, a little bit here and there, distant cousins, step brother and sister. She'd sprinkle it here and there. I've read some of them.
I mean, it's the South.
It is the South, yeah. Not all those. Most of those books actually took place in, uh, you know, northeast of America. So maybe not the South, but there. But this one is the South for sure. Oh wait.
So, yeah, I don't have anything else. I am ready to see what happens next.
Okay, me too, for sure. Okay, we're gonna read the next 3 chapters. I should have. Oh, do I have the banner up? I do already. Okay, good. I
Yeah.
ready the banner. Show. There we go. 24 through 26. So 24, 25, 26.
Look at you. You do have it already. All right.
Yeah.
Yes. 24, 25, 26. All right.
Yes, I did that before the stream started. I had the whole thing ready. I just switched out like 11 for 24. So, okay. We're ready when you read.
I'm ready to read. This is going to be good. I think we're getting to the really good. Things are going to start happening for us now.
Yes. For sure. Okay. Happy reading. I'll see y'all when we're done chapter 26.
All right. See you in a bit.
Vivian, are you on mute?
Nope.
I'm trying to make sure. I just didn't want you to say anything you didn't want to say out
I'm
loud.
glad because then when I get this phone call and I start speaking in Portuguese, people are going to be like, what is going on? Yeah. Thank you.
Okay. Okay, it seems like we're all done.
Okay.
Those chapters were crazy, girl. First, I just there's a lot. There's a lot in those chapters, right? Like a lot. So the first bit was hard to read because it was dealing with the site of Hope's murder, and Faith and Tori having a moment there, and then there was the moment where they caught that guy, right? Which is the guy you expect.
Yes.
Right? What do you think about that? Do you think he has anything to do with it, or think he was just frog hunting? And they told Cade, and Cade didn't seem to have a reaction to it.
I think the guy, well, I don't really know what frog hunting entails. Like, do you get in the water to hunt the frogs or no?
He might just have just been put in that basket in the water, left it there, and then grabbed it real quick.
No, I'm only asking because they heard the person that was spying on them ran away and was splashing in the water at the swamp, right?
Yeah.
So if farmhand guy's pants weren't wet,
Then he wasn't.
he can't be the guy that was spying or the guy that was running away from them. But I don't know if
You have
like
to
if you're in the water when you're frogging. I don't know anything about frogging.
Yeah.
Like would pants be wet from frogging? I don't know.
Yeah, true. I don't know anything about it either. If anyone knows anything about it, let us know.
I mean, they were suspicious of him.
Definitely. But part of me thinks Cade is like, oh yeah, that's just him. He does that. Because he obviously works with Cade a lot.
I'm starting to suspect Cade might have had something to do with it.
I'm not at all. No.
Everyone at this point in the book, everyone is a suspect to me.
Yes, okay. Everyone being a suspect makes sense. I do not.
Faith. For a while, I was like, did Faith do this? No.
Then the next thing that happens is, or what I'm gonna jump to in my head at least, is Cade proposing.
Or Cade forcing her to marry him.
I knew you guys were gonna hate it, but I was so joyful in that moment. I'm just like, they're engaged. And he ends up like kind of, he says like manipulates her or whatever. What does he say? Maneuvers. He maneuvers a yes out of her. But then when they're in the house at the end.
Actually, he never maneuvers a yes out of her. He like says something and she says yes. And then she's like, wait, no. What are you talking about? She never says yes after that.
She actually does say yes after that, because at the house, he officially proposes to her with a ring, and she says yes. Like a consensual yes, like a real yes.
I don't remember there being an actual proposal, but I could be wrong. I remember him like putting a ring on her finger and her being like, oh, this is so beautiful.
It was here. Okay. I don't know. He's just like, they're just standing there. And he brings out a little box. This is on page 373. It's right before
I see you reading it. I believe what you're going to say.
Okay. Marry me, he says. Oh my God. Oh God. She takes a deep breath had to take a second. Yes. She looks down as he's slipping the ring onto her finger. It's beautiful. I get dizzy looking at it. She actually proposes. This is after they kick the mom out. She asks like, then the Hope, like, Faith leaves and is like, I suppose you want to be alone now. Yes. Then B and I will take ourselves out, won't we? And then they're alone, and then he proposes. Like, he brings the box out of his hand.
You're right. He said, is that marry me with a question mark, or is there a period at the end of that?
You're right, damn it. It's a marry me period.
Is it really?
It's marry me period, yeah. You can see that. It'll probably be backwards.
Again. No, I'll give it to you. Like, she does say yes, even though he didn't ask, he stated. But okay, she says yes, even though she doesn't want to. I don't know.
Um, and she says right before he says "marry me," period, she says, you're so steady, Cade," smiling now. She lifts a hand to toy with his hair. "You steady me." And then before that, these are the things I highlighted. I really don't annotate often, but here we
I
are.
know you're building your case.
Yes. When they're having the conversation with the mom, or the fight with the mom, "I've had a miracle in my life. Tori came back into it." And I thought that was just so beautiful. And then she also says to the mom, "It's a miracle that he understands me. Like, my miracle is that someone understands me and that it's him." And then the mom's like, "Whatever," and leaves, which I'm super happy about. Gotta be honest with you. Get that, I'm gonna go ahead and go B word, not gonna say it out loud, out of this house. And are they gonna live at that house or at her home? Because they feel like,
Oh no, they're going to live in his house because he has maneuvered this whole thing. And I don't think that he loves her. I do think he is using her to get back at his mom. It seemed like this whole situation with his mom at the house this time just seemed very much like, yeah, I'm absolutely doing this because you hate it.
I immediately
Even she sort of felt like that. She was like, "Don't use me as your weapon." Like,
they both said that, but he said, "No, I'm not. This is because I love you." And I think it was also time for this conversation to happen and to be surrounding Tori and this important thing in his life. I think makes sense. I'm also just immediately taking his word, which y'all know I'm really gullible and believe people immediately when they say stuff. So I could be
right, but I feel like he said a bunch of other stuff that makes me question. Like, before this, I never questioned that he, like, his motives for wanting Tori to, like, be his girlfriend or his possession. Like, I didn't doubt his motives until he had this conversation with his mom. And then I was like, wait a minute. Maybe this isn't like he like has always loved her his whole life and now she's back in his life. I don't know. Maybe he's not just a creep. He's actually like there is something more manipulative to it and he's just using her to get back at his mom.
I definitely do see that. I think that it was kind of like the perfect storm. Like, both aspects were happening at the same time. Like, he was madly in love with her. He wants to marry her. And he figured, I might as well do it now because it would work perfectly for this future of our relationship. That's what I thought, but I can see how it would be manipulated. Even it would seem weird to even someone who liked the couple. But I assumed
Yeah, this is the first time I thought that. Before I just thought, oh, he's just a guy that wants what he wants when he wants to have sex with someone and possess them. He's just doing what men like him do.
Yeah.
But then I was like, wait a minute, this seems like he actually doesn't really want her, except for the fact that he can piss his mom off about it.
Yeah.
And Faith was like in on it too. So I was like, okay, maybe we're all just pissing off our mom I'm like, can we be a little more childish? I don't know.
Yeah. Speaking of pissing off a mom, or speaking of moms,
I know.
Not expecting that to happen. Once they rolled up in the table there, I'm like, she's dead. But wow. And Hannibal killed her.
Well, that's what everyone thinks, but I don't know why people think that. I mean, I don't have any other leads. Like, it seems like, of course, he killed her, but I don't know why he would kill her. I don't know why he would shoot her dead after all these years when she's been like so faithful to him.
Because he seems, I don't know, maybe he's just done. He doesn't. He's so righteous. Like, he really just thinks that he is right about everything. He has a right to break into someone's house, steal their food. He has a right to kill his wife. He has a right to beat his daughter bloody. He just has a right to do all of this.
And it's a right given to him by God. Like, he is God's avenging angel or something. And I'm like, but this woman has stood by you. Like, why would you kill the woman who's like your sidekick in your avenging angelness?
Yes, yeah, and aren't almost every single of the things he's done literally broken commandments, and not justifiably. Like, not like you're killing someone in self-defense, but they're literally like half of the commandments he's broken by doing literally anything he does.
I find that overly religious people tend to be the ones that break the most commandments without like thinking about it.
Yeah, I mean we all do, but you know,
Right.
they're just like so like. Even as a Christian, I'm like the people I've been seeing people disagree with it, but like sometimes no hate like Christian love is actually kind of true from people who identify as Christian. Like people I've seen Christian people be like, we shouldn't say that anymore. People shouldn't say that, but like I think it's pretty true for people like this. He's trying to protect his daughter. He's trying to protect his wife, but he's not even close to doing that. He's so far from.
I don't know who he's trying to protect except himself.
Not protect, but like, I don't know. It's trying to seem like he's caring about them, like on the outside, but he's not. Like he's trying to make her not possessed by a demon. He's trying to make his wife like what a wife should be, but like it's not even close to reality.
Yeah. I don't know where he got the gun either.
True.
And the gun is very out of character for him.
Yes, that's what me.
That's why I'm like, I'm not. Oh, wait, what happened? Come back.
Hello.
I was like, what happened?
I don't even know what. I went to click a comment and it just like, I just left for some reason. I don't know if it
I'm not sure it was Hannibal. Only because the gun is so out of character.
True. Yes, I think Mika said. Mika said.
Oh wait, but although we know Hannibal has a gun, because then at the very last bit, he's like sitting in those people's houses, eating their pork chops, stroking his gun.
Yeah.
And I don't mean that in a
metaphorical way.
Yes. Stroking his actual pistol, I'm going to shoot you. And then he shot her like in the chest and then in the back of the head.
Like she turned around or ran away or something
like
that. Or like fell. Yeah. That's
yeah,
I was
I don't know, shooting someone like point blank right in the head is like oof.
Oh, yeah. And killing those 2 police officers, that was also really sad too.
Shooting them, like the one guy in the head, shot him in the head.
Shot him in the ear.
That's the head.
Yeah, yeah. But like I'm saying, like it feels more vicious for some reason. I don't know why, but like I don't know. It was really sad.
It's
do you think the murders Miko's not shared. Do you think the murders will get more murders? Do you think the murder will escalate? I wasn't sure about this. I don't know if there's gonna be more. I was thinking there's gonna be more murders, I think, but there might not have been like full on like rape murders. Other than the last final, like this guy trying to hurt Faith or Tori. That's what I'm thinking.
I'm also not clear on the timing, because how can Hannibal be stalking Faith and Tori in the swamp at the same time that he is like miles away killing his wife and the police?
True. So it has to be a different killer then. I don't really know. I don't know.
I don't know either. But I do feel like there might be one more murder. I just don't know who it's going to be.
Yeah. Hear me out. I'm 90% sure that Hannibal didn't kill her. Ooh. Okay. He enjoys beating women and girls with his fist. He gets arousal from violence. Killing a gun is less physical. 100%. Yeah. So you think Hannibal didn't kill the mom, his wife?
Wife.
Okay, yeah. I can see that. And he is.
But then the question is, who did? And why?
Yeah. But I don't think it makes sense for someone else to like. But maybe it does. I don't know. The real killer wants to frame Hannibal. The cops will think he killed all the victims.
Like Dwight is the real killer, because Dwight is the only one right now that knows like that Hannibal is a problem.
What do you mean?
Because Dwight's the mayor, and so Dwight has been like, and he went in when Sherry was murdered to get like the lowdown on what's going on. I
True.
think, doesn't he know that Hannibal was in the shop when Sherry met him? Like, does he not know all of that kind of stuff?
I think he does, but I don't know. I don't think if there's been framing that Dwight did it. If he's the killer, I think he's just doing this, and that's not really a part of it.
I think Hannibal, I mean, it doesn't make sense to me why he would kill his wife, but I don't know who else would have killed her.
Do we know exactly where? Do we know exactly where Hannibal is when we read his little last bit here? Like,
We just know he's inside some family's house that went to church.
like, okay, hold on a second. Miles away. That's the first line where it starts from Hannibal's record. Miles away, Hannibal Bodine tore into a pork chop. Miles away. So that could be that maybe someone else did it, or maybe he already escaped and has been gone. But I don't know if they say how long it's been. He doesn't even mention killing his wife at all. Like, he doesn't mention it.
Now he has a gun. He never had a gun before.
Okay, but it's probably like he probably just stole a gun off someone. Like, it doesn't. Like, but it doesn't mean just because those guys are killed by a gun.
Mom. Who else would kill the mom? Even if you were trying to frame Hannibal, that seems like,
I don't know.
I mean, it's hard to frame someone for a crime that you commit every year.
Yeah, it's not that easy to do.
It's like, okay, Hannibal did it, and then August rolls around, and oh, we've got another raped and murdered girl. Clearly, it wasn't Hannibal.
Now, the thing is it could be that he is the mayor, so he has access into police stuff. Like, he has things. Maybe he could have been keeping an eye on Hannibal all these years, tracking him where he is, knowing what's going on enough to set up the where he's gonna find his next victim. I guess we'll see.
We'll see. I mean, what I will say about these chapters is we're getting to it now. We're getting to the murder, I think.
Yes. I don't even care anymore about Kate and Tori living happily ever after. I like Faith. I wish that she was the main character. Honestly, okay, I disagree. I love them, but I totally agree with the last sentence. I do think it would be cool if we followed the identical twin sister of a girl who was brutally murdered. Like, that sounds like an interesting story.
It does, actually, because you could still have all of the other elements with Faith and Cade, but all of it coming from like Faith's point of view. Yeah. That would be a super interesting story. Mika, you should write that as fan fiction.
Yeah. maybe turn the ending into, Cade and Tori don't end up together, something like that.
I mean, you can tell us then from Faith's point of view what Cade is really up to.
Yeah. Did Tori's mother know something that would have threatened the real murderer? I mean, do you think if it was Hannibal, do you think they knew? I don't know. Like, do you think she knew that Hannibal killed Hope?
No.
Okay, yeah.
I don't think she knew that. Or if she knew it, she would not have believed it.
Oh, yeah. True. Like, people.
It's also weird to me, though, that she had a bag packed.
She was just, because he said, I think the police said that they had records or something like that of him calling her to set.
Yeah. So, like, she didn't think he was going to be, like, what did she think was going to happen when he showed up?
She probably thought he was going to take her away and just, like, they were going to go off somewhere or do something. Or maybe go kill Tori or something like that. I don't know. Or do something, but he didn't.
This doesn't make sense that he would then kill her. I think maybe he hasn't even been to the house.
Yeah.
I just don't know who would have killed her.
Who would have killed her? If it wasn't him and he's the murderer, why would someone do it? And then why would someone do it if he was the murderer? Like, if he wasn't the murderer, someone else was the murderer, makes sense someone tried to do it like what Mika was saying. But if he's the murderer, why kill the wife? What does it do? And kill 2 police officers for no reason.
Right. Why would you kill a cop and kill your wife?
Yeah. I don't
Like,
know.
at point blank, like shoot them and then walk up to them and shoot them point blank.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I have absolutely I'm getting more. I feel like I'm getting more confused as we go on a little bit. Like, we have a lot more information, but not a lot of answers.
Yeah.
Or the killer really needs Hannibal out of the way. Interesting. Maybe to try to get him in jail. Maybe it's like there's like maybe there's like an avenging, like you're saying, avenging angel, but it's the opposite, right? Like, Hannibal's this murderer, but there's a guy going around, maybe in town, maybe it's Dwight, maybe it's somebody else who's like, I'm gonna go kill all these people who hurt them or who were a part of the murdering. Maybe the dad's still alive. Maybe the dad is like skulking around murdering people, like the other dad.
Maybe Hannibal turns out to be the hero in this story.
I don't think that's gonna happen.
Him and his gun show up at the right moment and like save the day.
Very much of like a Outer Banks, the moment with I forget the dad's name in Outer Banks. What's his name? The rich dad in Outer Banks. Like, I'm a villain, but I'm gonna go save my daughter at the last moment and then die. Spoiler for Outer Banks, okay? But yeah, I don't know. I don't think Hannibal killed anybody. Okay, so you are definitely not on this Hannibal track that he could be the killer. I'm still on him being the killer as number one.
I feel like because all roads are leading to him, it's not going to be him. And also, it just doesn't make sense to me. Like, I know he's a bad guy, but I just don't get why he would kill a different girl every year or every whatever, why he would keep trying to kill Hope. I don't get why he would kill his wife.
Yeah.
I mean, I get that he's a little bit mentally ill maybe and like having some kind of breakdown because he does seem to be getting a little bit like more unhinged. But like, it seems to me like he's just beating women up, right? Which is not a great thing to do. But it doesn't seem like he's been beating women up. He hasn't been beating a lot of women up.
No, only like one, maybe two.
Right. His wife, his daughter, and then this one woman who turned him in.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean there aren't a million other women that just didn't turn him in. And it doesn't mean that they couldn't have turned him in because they died, right? He killed them. I don't know, but I feel like I might be on with Mika. That I don't think it's the dad, okay. But I don't know. I also don't know why he has a gun.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like it's gonna be the dad, but there also could be like two killers for out for different motives. Like,
here's the thing: if there are two killers in this book, I 100% am never reading another Nora Roberts book.
Why not?
How many killers do we have in one small town? There's like 5 people that live in this town, and 2 of them are killers? No. Come on. Come on. No.
But it also doesn't have to be someone who lives
2 of them are killers, and nobody in this town for 20 years has noticed people dying.
Well, all of the girls didn't die in the town. It could have been someone that left years ago. All of those girls weren't murdered in the town. They were murdered all over the place.
I wouldn't say all over the place. They're all in the same vicinity.
All in North Carolina, probably, but not, or somewhere near there, but they're not all in this town. What's the name of the town? Whatever. Progress. So they're not all in Progress.
Sorry. Let me mute.
Go ahead. she's going to be talking in Portuguese to a plumber, and we're going to keep going on here. The mother may have, okay, but here we go. But the mother may have not known, must have known something about the real killer, maybe without realizing it. That is true. That is true. Like, kind of like, oh, I don't know, something, maybe he was gone that night, maybe something like that happened, where we just don't, where she just kind of was like, it's fine, whatever, you know. I don't know. Are you still on the phone?
No, it was nothing. It was spam.
Damn, that's
Comcast wanting to tell me about a great deal. And I'm like, no. This is
people,
why I hate having a US number, because like I don't get these kinds of calls in Europe or in my UK number, but the minute I have a US SIM card, it is constant with these spammy phone calls all the time.
it doesn't exist in not happening to you in Europe. Huh. It's, I mean, it really is constant on the phone. It's always like, you know, someone, you know, saying our name completely wrong and being like, I'm not telling you where I'm from, just give me everything about you.
Yeah. So anyway, no, it's not who I'm waiting for.
Okay, sadly. What do you think about this? I can see this, that she may
I
have
can
known
see
something
this.
like that. Yeah.
Although why would she keep it quiet?
Because she doesn't want, because if, I don't know, because she's like weird, whatever, because like obviously there's something wrong with her too. She's not exactly the, you know, the best person ever. You know, not Mother of the Year or anything. She's not gonna.
I don't know. It doesn't seem like she wants to protect anyone except Hannibal.
Exactly. I guess that's true. Yeah. I don't know.
But I feel like I'm quite happy that Nora is still leading us on a little bit.
Okay, really?
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Fine.
Although it makes me nervous that well, anyway, I have high hopes that I won't be disappointed when the killer is revealed.
Yeah.
I like that we still don't know. But that we're getting closer and we're still confused. I like that we maybe haven't figured it out. I don't feel like I figured it out. Like I have theories, but I'm also like, it could literally be anyone in this book, including maybe Tori. I feel like it could be anybody.
Well, I guess that's a good thing. Hopefully you end up liking it at the end. Hopefully y'all cannot be super anti. You guys can be anti Nora. I don't really. You guys can have whatever opinions. Either way, I love reading Nora's with you because I don't get to talk about anyone else. So
I know you're reading all of them. How many have you read, and how many have you still to go? Because you're planning to read them all, right?
I want to read them all. Yes.
Yeah.
I have multiple spreadsheets with the information on them, but I think I read 87 out of, so she counts, and she just counted in 2024, May 2024, she released her 250th novel.
You're never going to finish these. She writes 2 a month or something.
She, for the last almost 10 years, she's been doing 4 a year. Now on my spreadsheet, there's more like 270 something because of all the novellas.
Yeah.
She has a couple, like almost 20 novellas and stuff like that, or other books that are not on that list. But she writes 4 a year. 2 of them are J.D. Robb. 2 of them are in one specific series. One of them is a book like this. It's a romantic suspense. And the other is a part of a series. So she'll release 2 J.D. Robb. She released, what was the name of the book? Hidden Nature. She released that this year. And then in November, she'll release the 3rd book in the Inheritance trilogy. And then next year, she'll start a new trilogy, which is taking place in Ireland. And I'm excited about that. Yeah. So she's like 250 books, and I feel like I'm doing pretty good with getting caught up with them a little bit at least, right? Like, I'm reading her in-depth series, which has 62
Ooh.
books in it.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it came out
With
10
all
years.
the same characters? How much is happening in these characters' lives for 60 books?
So it's futuristic. It's near future. So it's set in 2060 ish. And the the main character is a police officer, and she's married to the richest man in the universe. Um, and they've colonized other planets. They have space stations. They have all this kind of stuff. They have all this interesting stuff. And it's set in New York City, and she's a homicide detective. So there's people being slaughtered everywhere every day in New York, as there probably is today. So there's a lot of murder that she can be investigating. Lots of serial killers currently. There's a serial killer who has a lot of surgical experience and is killing and harvesting organs from homeless people. So, and it's very emotional because the main character has repressed trauma that she doesn't barely remembers of her father physically abusing her, sexually abusing her, and she has these memories come up in nightmares and has to kind of figure out what that means and what's going on there and stuff like that. She also murdered him as well, or killed him in self-defense, not murdered. And she has to deal with all of that, and it's very emotional. I like it. I don't think you guys would like it because you're not gonna like Rourke, her man, but I love it. I love her, and I'm thinking I'm gonna try to read 2 a month, which will get me caught up. I don't know in maybe a
In
couple
2
years.
years.
2 years, yeah, 2 years. Reading 2 a month for 2 years, and then I'll be caught up. And then hopefully, I was hoping to be caught up. I was hoping to finish all my books before I turn 21, but that's not gonna happen because I have less than a year.
Yeah, you'd have to read only her books. You couldn't read
Yeah,
anything else.
yeah, yeah. Which would be what have. So I have like 150-ish left, maybe more, like 150 to 200 left. Yeah. But if you guys don't want to read anymore, that's totally fine. I think if anything you guys would be interested would be maybe a paranormal series, like because she writes a lot of different, like one series has mermaids, like some of them have vampires, demons, gods, stuff like that, which I haven't read really any that are like super super paranormal, except maybe 1 or 2, but ghosts as well. Yeah.
I think I'd rather read your other favorite, Frida McFadden.
Oh my gosh, yes. We can't read all the Brandon Manhattan because you want to break from thrillers. But I'm reading one right now. I'm reading The X. That is about. I thought it was gonna be about a couple who this mysterious ex comes back into their life and she's like not what you expect her to be. But turns out it's not. It just was following the perspective of the ex and the new. It's each chapter is like chapter 1, the ex, chapter 2, the new girl, and they're basically like, at least right now, they're trying to stalk each other. The ex is stalking the new girl, and I think the new girl's gonna start stalking the ex, like genuinely stalking and like following people home and stuff like that. It's crazy, but I don't know. I'm 33% in, and I'm liking it.
Okay.
Yeah. Have you read any more?
No, I have not. I haven't. The only like thriller suspense things. Well, that's not true. Yeah, it is sort of true. I read another Chris Pavone book.
Okay.
That I think he sort of writes like mystery suspense.
Okay.
And it wasn't mystery. I mean, I guess it is a mystery and suspense, but it wasn't. Chris Pavone is the one that did the 2 Nights in Lisbon that I love so much.
Oh, okay, cool. That's
So
interesting.
I read another one of his, and it was good, but it wasn't like a let me figure out what's going on kind of thing.
Okay.
Like the ones that like the mysteries and thrillers and suspense that we read, where we're trying to figure out who done it. It wasn't that kind of a who done it thing. It
Okay.
was more of a what is going on?
Yeah. That's funny. You didn't like it as much as you liked 2 Nights in Lisbon?
I didn't like it as much. I loved Two Nights in Lisbon.
Yes. Yes.
And this one I liked, but I think I so loved Two Nights in Lisbon. Nothing. I don't know that he can ever top that one, but maybe he's got another new one out. But I like the way he writes because I really, throughout the whole thing, you're sort of like, huh, what's going on here? Am I supposed to know something? I don't know it. I don't know what's going on. I'm just going to keep reading and then it'll all be revealed.
Yeah, that's how it felt. I feel like reading a little bit like reading Two Nights in Lisbon for me.
Yeah.
Because I was expecting something much crazier to happen than happened because of what you said. I thought you were like everyone knows everything. I'm like, okay, so what is happening? What's happening? And I was like a little bit like disappointed by the ending. I'm like, oh, not this big blow up of, I don't know, maybe it was like
no, it's like an unfolding. It all unfolds.
I was expecting a little more of like a
and then you're like,
situation.
holy crap, somebody put that whole freaking thing together.
Wow. That is true.
Yeah.
That was very surprising that she, whoever did what they did what they did.
And it was the same thing with this book that I read, The Expats. Like someone put together this whole thing and you're like, oh, wow. Okay, cool.
Yeah. You're very determined on this topic. Yeah. Let me see where we are at here. Maybe here. I think so. Maybe it's something like she saw the killer do something, but she didn't know that it had something to do with the murder, and the killer can't risk her telling anybody. I could see something like that. My phone is 10%. My phone is 10%. It's probably. I would have to go get a charger, but I think we'll be fine for a couple seconds, I guess. Because we're gonna hop off soon, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm up for anything cool. I'm basically on the road for the whole month of August, so I have plenty of time to read and listen to something. Okay, sounds good. I was thinking about an action book potentially for August. You said you wanted to read something like maybe like a trashy. I don't like the word trashy when it comes to books, but I'm going to use it to define this. Like a trashy action, like maybe like Jurassic Park, or like I was thinking about that author that I read from before that was about the Megalodon. Maybe we could read something involving not the Megalodon specifically, but like a Mayan society, like a paranormal book about that, or like, what was the other one? It was a Loch Ness Monster, a book about the Loch Ness Monster. And like, I don't know, trying to figure out something like that. So maybe a trashy book, we could, an action book, like a weird action book.
Okay.
But I guess we could see. Okay, that's the end of the comments. I thought there was more. Okay, well, is that all we have to say for today? Don't want to cut you off.
I think so.
All right. Well, we'll see. We're gonna come back next Wednesday on your channel and finish this book, hopefully.
Yeah, I think so. How much more do we have? 4 chapters.
Yeah, we have 4 chapters, which is.
So yeah, we just can't do a whole big long talking at the beginning then. And we'll read 2 and 2, or we'll read all 4 and whatever. We'll figure it out.
Yeah. Either way.
All right. So yeah, I'll see you next Wednesday then.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Okay.
All right. I'll schedule it. I have to schedule it.
Yes.
Before I forget.
Okay. See you Wednesday. Have a nice week, everybody.